So is this what you mean by an alter ego, when you create this negative feeling that they create
Yes,
an...
yes. John Mace referred to them as identities. He called them negative identities. And I think it's worth explaining. He said, he worked on the theory that we're body, mind, and spirit. You know what I mean? And he said, everything we do in life, we create an identity to do it. Very quickly, if someone can't drive a car, they get in there, where's the gear stick and the old ones, and you get all nervous, and where's this and where's that. But once you learn to drive, you're driving, listen to the radio, talking to your friends, watching the traffic, and they've created what John calls a positive identity. And if a man's a tradesman, he learns to be a tradesman, that's a positive identity he's got. But these ones where you said, I'm not good enough, or you take on these very bad feelings from some physical abuse, or girls that have had physical abuse or something, they don't need to tell us. We might have an idea what they're dealing with, but all we want them to give us is the overwhelming feeling. And once we get the overwhelming feeling and they delete it, well, they might think about it, but it has no more effect on them whatsoever. And then they're free to get on with their life.
I think in the book, he says that positive and negative identities, they fall into 3 categories: in the personality and the activities and the appearances. So is this true? Would you agree with that? That they fall
absolutely. Like I'm doing very little these days and getting on, but I'm still doing a few children because I wrote all the stuff on children and that sort of thing. But anyway, what I'd like to explain is like when somebody's traumatized and they said, I'm not good enough, I'll say to him, does that come up often in life? And they say, oh yes, it comes up quite often, and it's worth mentioning at that time that I'd like to put my hands up here if I could. Say this is the person, say one hand's the person, I'm sorry. And when you say I'm not good enough, you've actually accidentally given that some energy. Can you follow that? And every time it happens, it gets more of your energy, it goes up and you go down. You follow me? It goes, and then after a while, who's running your life? See, so that's what we say now. When we get to processing that with somebody, we'll say to them, when that thought comes over, like you're going along in life and suddenly you think, oh, I'm not good enough, something triggers you and you're feeling I'm not good enough, you change, don't you? Yeah. Well, describe the person you become, not you. You stay where you are, but you describe the person. And then they say, oh, well, I've got no confidence, I'm sad, I'm this, how does it think? It thinks it's useless, and there'll be a list of personality traits, and when they've got all those, and then we can get them to get in contact using the Mace method with that particular identity, and then just create it. And once it's gone, it all happens. It might take 10 minutes or so, and then you try to get them to say I'm not good enough, and they just laugh at you, because that's back then. It's only been holding on to them. It's sort of been stuck to them, Michael. That's the best way I can explain it.